Hey, how you doing? This is Kitch. And you are watching me play Factorio. I've been over here talking to my new friend, Bruce. That's what I've named him. He's just hanging up here, and he likes to make a mess, and he's generally in kind of a bad mood. I think his problem is that he's covered up in the trees. So I thought I'd come up here and just kind of help him with that, and try to get hit not very much. Yeah, there we go. Now you can see, Bruce. Doesn't that make you happy? Yeah, good boy. Oh, no, bad Bruce. Boy, they've got quite the range on them, don't they? That outdoes the gun turret. Yeah, like, significantly. Wow, that's interesting. Oh, and if you step in their pile of bile, it hurts you as well. Well, isn't that interesting? Well, I think we'll keep him over there. He's not hurting anything. He's very happy. You know, I wasn't too impressed when I first saw these textures, but now looking at them, seeing them all animated, and getting the sound along with it, I like it. It works. Works. I mean, the worms were just kind of there, and sometimes you didn't even notice them as you were going around and blasting the bases with nuclear explosives. Now they definitely have a presence and seem to be a little bit more threatening, and I like it. I'm going to go ahead and expand the power down here. Not so much that we need it. We could use it. It's not. We're not in dire straits with power. Oh, well, actually. But I want to get it to where this line here is more evenly pulled from, because it's something that I am usually very concerned about. That's okay though. This will help even that out a bit, I believe. And we'll run power up here. Oh, the trees are gonna make this just a nightmare, isn't it? Can we run this across? We could if it was right in the middle. So let's do that. Okay, and that'll get those steam engines going. And why aren't... Oh. Oh. Okay, so that is perhaps a good reason why not to do that. I didn't have a pipe in my inventory, so when I selected the pipe and put it over there, it just put a ghost there. And if I would have not noticed that, that would have been a bad thing. Okay, but all of them are going right now. That's going to get power back up. We're looking pretty good. We are going to have to get some more coal, I believe. Can we get some more miners? And I do want to set up more kind of a buffer system up here. Let's see. How do I want to do that? I typically don't buffer things. It's really not my style. However, I think up here for power, I think it's going to be a good thing. Let's see. We want to do something like that right there, I believe. Actually, we could take it in just a little bit more because I want to get a chest right here. Let's. There we go. That's what I'm wanting, and we can put a power pole right here, and that will power everything. All right, we just need to take these guys in like that. All right, so that's what we want right there. So these guys up here, we want to go ahead and buffer the coal, just so we can save up a little bit of it, because it's doing power. It's kind of like a little bit of a battery, right? And then I want to have this chest down here as a place where we can put our wood, so that the wood will actually go out onto the line. And we did get circuit network, and I made some green wire. So we don't want to hook those up. We want to hook you up to the chest. And what I want to do is disable these inserters. Or enable them, I should say, when there is no wood in that chest. So when wood equals 0, we want to go ahead and send those out. All right, so those will buffer up. We did put some limits on there. Looks good. So then, if we were to grab some wood and throw it into this chest, all of those are going to stop, and we are going to start filling up with wood. Fantastic. All right, we'll let that even out a bit. My gosh, where did I get all this wood? Oh, probably from chopping down all the trees. All right, we'll let that buffer up a bit. I want to redo the coal here because I don't think we're just getting enough. We're barely able to support both sides. And I think we're eventually going to have to set up some kind of filtering system just because these patches are close together. But for right now, I think I want to not do that. And yeah, these are really not needed for anything anymore. Is that going to work? Yes, it is. All right, that is going to be more coal. Oops, nope, that's not right. We wouldn't be able to fit power poles in. And I do have a blueprint where you can put them side by side, but I'm not quite ready to pull that out yet. I don't think. We're not that desperate for. You there for now. All right, and those two will come down. Let's bring you together. Like that. All right, and that'll come down. That'll be a lot fuller than it was before. We have an output left priority, so it'll fill up this side first, and when these buffers get filled up, it will then allow it to go and spread down through the smelting. Oh, we're not quite eating up a full yellow belt there. We'll have to get stack inserters and get more inserters. But for right now, I think this will work just fine. Both of those are there. Let's go ahead and grab some of this. Oh, that's where all the wood went. So throw some wood in there. Throw some more wood in there. And that shuts off the inserters, and that will just continue to eat up all of that until all the wood is down there. And once all the wood's burned up, the coal will come back online. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, it's starting to get dark. Let's move this light down here. And do we need to light the miners? I'm generally not a big miner lighting fan, but might as well. Okay, so I think that's our buffer. Wood is starting to come out on the line. That'll get burned up. Fantastic. Bruce is still over there, nice and snug and safe. And yeah, I think it's time we start looking into doing a little bit of steel smelting. All right, I'm currently running some power poles over here the old-fashioned way, using the wooden power poles. We can make the medium power poles now, or at least I should say we could make the medium power poles now had we some steel, which is currently we don't, and we're going to work on that right now. All right, so that'll be up in this area. I'm going to pull out my smelting blueprint book, and let's see, I have a half stack right here that is steel. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we'll put that right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, that is good. You are facing the wrong way, and I think that's going to cause an issue. Because these inserters are going to be facing the wrong way. That's okay, though. We can fix that pretty easily. I'm going to go ahead and throw some coal and iron in these guys because I do want to get some steel because this setup actually does need some medium power poles to work. It's just too packed in there for the smaller power poles to work. And let's go ahead and grab the coal, and we'll take it on down. I don't know what's going on here. I'm sure I had a good idea of what I was doing. It doesn't need to make sense now. I didn't live back then. It's not important. Okay, so you will come down there. We'll have to take you off there, you off there. And this will have to be the coal line now. So we'll have to make sure all those inserters are facing the right way. Which shouldn't be a problem. This is a fairly common smelting setup. And some people may notice that I put in an extra space right here. Whereas this coal line could actually be moved a tile down. And that does not look like an efficient use of space. The reason I do that is because we actually do need that extra space as part of this steel smelting blueprint. So it's just so that it lines up. That's what kind of Factorio player I am. It's not about space efficiency so much as it is about getting all those things set up and making them look nice and in a row. So that's enough about me right now and my little Factorio quirks. Let's get this set up. All right, let's see. Do we have some steel now? We do. Can we make some medium power poles? Well, we can. And I went down and grabbed some of the regular inserters off of the science line. Okay, these guys are pointing in. They're actually going to be pointing out, because that is going to be our output line. This is where like a mirror tool or a flip tool for blueprints would be very, very nice. All right, and these that are facing outside are actually going to be facing inside. This is a very similar concept than what we were doing with the other smelting line. If you're not familiar with my smelting blueprints, it's basically just doubled up so that we run iron ore on the outside, just like the iron smelting setup. But instead of going to a line, it goes into a second set of furnaces and gets smelted down into steel. It's a little bit wider, but I am hard-pressed to find a better way. I used to do it where I would basically take one of the smelting setups and feed it directly into another one. And that works as well. I feel this is just a little bit more space efficient, though. And one of these in a full stack. Now, a full stack of these will fill up a yellow belt. A full stack of these will not fill up a yellow belt. I believe it used to be 1/5 of a yellow belt. You would actually need 5 of these full setups to get one of those running. I don't know if that's true or not still. I have a feeling if it's not, it's pretty darn close. Just with the way that the other smelting ratios ended up working out. All right, that'll get all you guys going. Let's see, we're missing a splitter there. And we're also missing iron ore. Iron ore. Yeah, so let's get on that. Let's see, do we have any miners? We've got 26 miners. That seems like an ample number of miners. Yeah, somebody had made the comment that I didn't space these lines out correctly based on the number of furnaces I have. That is a true statement. I do agree with that. It's all temporary, though, is kind of my thought on the matter. Because we're going to have to redo... Does that have coal? That's showing coal. I don't want coal. Let's do it from the other side. It's not going to line up with those miners down there. That's probably going to bother me at some point, but right now I'm fine with it. All right, and I think that's going to be good just to get steel started. Do you remember how careful I was being with all my my placement? Yeah, let's just take this straight across. Sorry about the darkness. I don't know. It seems like it's I mean, I guess I think it's the day-night cycle 10 minutes. For some reason, I thought it was. I don't know where I got that number. But if that's true, then it would make sense, since I tend to do about 20 to 30-minute episodes that half of the time would be spent in the darkness. If I'm doing 30-minute episodes, it's possible that I get a lot of time spent in the darkness. But let's go ahead and light up. Did I do corners over here? I did inside by that, so we're close. All right, so that'll make its way over here, and then we'll have steel. We'll take it down. Let's see, did we ever get stone on the bus? I don't think we ever did. Gears. I'm not liking this at all. We had 4 for iron, 4 for copper, 2 for iron, 2 for copper. These are the circuit lines, gears. And then we'll need 1 for stone, stone brick, steel, and coal. That leaves us with 3 lines that I forgot what they're for. Plastic would be one of them, I would assume. That leaves us 2 free. Oh, these are going to... Yeah, that's right. These are going to get sucked up with the circuits, so anything that we're producing that we want to put on the bus, those will be open lines. Gotcha. So I think we want to do these right here. Yeah, right there where that power pole is, that feeds the whole other side of the world there. Hook that back up. We'll take in steel right here. Which way is going to be the most convenient is up for debate. You guys are going to be coming down like that. Well, let's go ahead and take this down to there. We'll move this later. I have very high doubts that that is going to be where that's going to end up. But for right now, it totally works. Oh, you know what we didn't do? We didn't get the long-handed inserters. I think we're going to need more than that. And these are going to be facing the wrong way. So we have to put them the other way because we flipped the blueprint there. Ah, there we go. That's making some of that iron steel. And yeah, that's what we need right there. All right, so that gets that on the bus. And then we need to take you on around as well. Yeah, this is all going to be a big mess for now. But again, we'll get that straightened up later. Let's go ahead and just put you down there. And now you have a spot on the bus as well. And we need to get stone and coal. I generally like to take those from over in that area. And that's fine. That is giving us some materials that we are going to need to make our mall. Now, I've been working a little bit on the mall. If you have checked the Discord lately, not a whole lot goes on there, but sometimes some things do. And I went ahead and posted this blueprint there last night as I was working on the mall. As you can see, it's a little bit different. It's smaller, and I de-spaghettified it a bit, quite a bit. It's still not perfect, but it looks a lot better than it did before, at least in my own humble opinion. Which, in turn, looks a lot better than it did before, which, in turn, it gets better every time I take it apart and put it back together. So I need to do it probably about 7 more times in order to make this look somewhat respectable. But I had to redo them all. There's a lot of changes that have happened in .17 with the way that some things are built. So the mall just needed a redesign. This is my strip mall, as I call it, my totally practical strip mall. I made this as part of the Impractical Factorio series, where it wasn't so much about function and throughput as it was about me wanting a nice little Factorio shopping experience. I just wanted to see if I could do something that made, where do I want to put this? Maybe right here? Yeah, I need it a little bit off because there's going to be some things we're going to have to work in here. And I like to have this open space for anything that we need. This is our like miscellaneous little area for storage and stuff. But the idea behind this mall is, one, it's dark. It's very dark, apparently. Let's just get a little bit of temporary lighting on the bus here, just so we don't have to hang out here. Yeah, but the idea behind this is not about being able to create things efficiently or quickly. It's about having something that kind of looks neat and compartmentalizes, words are hard, everything into nice little shops in kind of a strip mall. I had to redesign it quite a bit. A couple of things take iron sticks now that didn't before, which was a complicating factor. And the combat robots now take robot frames, which also complicated things quite a bit. But I think I've got it where it works. I had to move some stuff around, and we had to remove combat robots, which I never really used anyway, so I'm not too upset about it. But the idea here is that you can walk into each one of these. This is your inserter/transport belt shop. All those items are made there. Over here we have defensive stuff, turrets and bullets, and we have assembling machines on the back wall here. And coming down this side, these are all going to be all of our chests, logistic chests. This one is a lot bigger now. This is kind of a catch-all. It's got all of our power poles and lights, and all of our combinators and circuit stuff is over here. All of our train stuff is in here, and as well as miners and pump jacks and oil stuff. It's all in this big giant shop here. This is kind of like the mega store. And this final one right here is basically the nuclear shop. We make concrete on this wall over here, all the different types of concrete, reactors and centrifuges, and over on this side we make like the heat pipe and the boilers and things like that. So it's not the most efficient. It's not probably the least spaghettified. There's, like you can see, there's a little bit of spaghetti going on back here. A lot better than it was, but it's still definitely there. But yeah, no, it's I like it. I like it. It gives a nice little feel, and it's not the most efficient in the world. You can make this. You can definitely take this mall to its knees, but in reality, a mall is sitting around doing nothing most of the time. It's just whenever you need a lot of stuff, and you build this out over time, so all these chests fill up. It takes a while to get going if you just paste it down in creative mode and start from nothing. It takes a little while. But in reality, in practice, that really doesn't happen. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and fill this out in between episodes, or at least parts of it. I'm not going to sit there, make you sit and watch me place a whole bunch of belts down. But why are we not? Oh, we're not researching anything. We're going to research something, man. What do we need to research? Heavy armor? Yeah, let's do that. Military science? Yes, have some. Automation 2? Yeah, I want that too. Advanced material processing? Of course. Engine? Yes. Stronger explosives? Solar energy? I would rather head down the railroad path. And yeah, we got engine for that. So yeah, I think that's going to give us a little bit of a nice cue. But thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will see you in the next episode, where hopefully at least some of them all will be up, and we can start working on whatever is next. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.